The Retribution of Scyrah force is led by Kaelyssa, Knight's Whisper. Her battle group consists of a Phoenix and a Banshee. There is a full unit of Dawnguard Sentinels with their UA. Eiryss, Angel Retribution, 2 Mage Hunter Assassins, 2 Haushial Magisters. We're not exactly sure if Shial is actually pronounced the way I'm saying it. That's our best guess. 2 Arcanists, the Arcantric Force Generator, and a Haushial Artificer. And that is 50 points of Retribution. The Khadoran force is led by Orsis Zoktavir, the Butcher Unleashed. His battle group consists of 2 War Arguses and Beast 09. Attached to Orsis, but not part of his battle group, is a War Dog. And there's also a client bonus with the Ogrun Bokur pseudo-attached. There is a full unit of Black Dragon Iron Fang Pikemen with the Black Dragon UA and the Iron Fang Kovnik solo. A unit of Greylord Ternion, Gorman Wulfe, Rogue Alchemist, a Manhunter, Saxon Orrik, Eiryss, Angel of Retribution, a unit of Widowmakers with the Widowmaker Marksman, a unit of Reavers with the Greylord Escort UA. And that is 50 points of Khador. We are playing the Steamroller 2013 scenario, Close Quarters. This scenario has Killbox, and there are 2 40mm flags placed relatively in the center of the board. The one closest to your table edge is the friendly flag. If you dominate the friendly flag, you gain 1 control point. If you control the enemy flag, you gain 2 control points, and if it's dominated, you get 3 control points. The first player to 5 control points with more than his opponent immediately wins the game, and scoring starts on the second player's second turn. We roll off to see who goes first, and Khador wins the roll-off, and decides to go first. However, before either side deploys, the Arcantric Force Generator is pre-placed in a spot where it can cover both flags. Khador deploys in the center of their deployment zone. The Black Dragons are lined up in front of the army, with the Beast 09 and the Greylord Ternion behind them. The Iron Fang Kovnik is behind those 2 units, and Butcher, along with his War Arguses, War Dog, and Ogrun Bokur, are at the rightmost hand of the center. And here's how they deploy in relative to the table, looking forward to going to the center and the flags. Retribution deploys off-center compared to the Khadoran deployment. The Dawnguard Sentinels are to the right-hand side of the Arcantric Force Generator, and the Phoenix and Banshee are flanking the Force Generator. The Haushial Artificer is next to an Arcanist, who are both next to the Phoenix. And relatively speaking to the table, here's how they are deployed. And they're looking to come at a diagonal towards the Khadoran force. And that's how they look relative to each other. The Khadoran advanced deployment has the Widowmakers on the left flank of the Black Dragons, ready to start sniping away some Dawnguard Sentinels. The Reavers are in front of the Black Dragons, with the Manhunter and Saxon Orrik on the right flank of the Black Dragons. The Manhunter's there with the goal of popping out whenever there's an opportunity to do so, with Saxon Orrik providing Pathfinder support if necessary. Retribution's only advanced deployment is with Eiryss towing into the forest, whose goal is to stalk around waiting for an opportune shot, and the Mage Hunter assassins are deployed in front of the Widowmakers, looking to tie them up and possibly kill a few of them. Khador, turn 1. Butcher gets all 6 of his focus and allocates none. The Manhunter activates and advances. Saxon Orrik activates and advances, and gives Pathfinder to the Doom Reavers. The Doom Reavers activate and run. The Black Dragons activate and also run. Thankfully, they are fearless, so they don't have to take any abomination checks. Butcher activates and casts Energizer for 3. So his entire battle group, including himself, moves 3 inches. And then, his unit advances normally. The Greylord Ternion activate and advance. One puts a blizzard onto a War Argus, is in range. Another one places another blizzard onto the other War Argus and is in range. The last one places a blizzard onto a random Black Dragon. The Iron Fang Kovnik activates and runs. The War Dog activates and advances. The Ogrun Bokur activates and advances. Gorman activates, advances, and places a cloud within an inch of him. The Widowmakers activate and advance sideways. They don't want to be engaged by the Mage Hunter assassins just yet. That's what the Doom Reavers are there for. And Eiryss activates and runs off to the side. The Widowmaker Marksman activates and does the same of his fellow Widowmaker brethren, and Beast 09 activates and runs. Retribution, turn 1. Kaelyssa gets all 7 her focus and allocates none. The Haoshiar Artificer activates and runs. He has flight, which is cool. The Arcanist activates and advances, and does Power Booster onto the Phoenix. Second Arcanist advances and does Power Booster onto the Banshee. The Phoenix activates and runs. The Banshee activates and also runs. The Arcantric Force Generator activates and runs. I found this thing interesting that it can run. The Mage Hunter Assassin activates and is able to see the Doom Reaver and charges him. Remember that they have a 4-inch melee range during their activation. She hits and kills him, and he fails his tough roll. The next Mage Hunter Assassin does the same thing. Now we remember that there is abomination checks involved here since they are not fearless. She passes, but she misses. One of the Magisters activates and runs. The Dawn Guard Sentinels activate and run. Another Magister activates and simply advances, and attempts to do a Force Bolt on a Doomweaver, but they have Spell Ward. Kaelyssa activates and walks, and she pops her feet. Everyone in her control area gains stealth and cannot be charged. However, there are 2 Dawnguard Sentinels and a House Shield Magister that are out of her control area. Eiryss activates and walks behind a wall, and here's the end of round 1. Both armies have gotten closer towards each other. Kaelyssa has popped her feet. What will happen at the beginning of Khador turn 2? Some Doomweavers are in charge range. Khador turn 2. The clouds from the Greylord Ternions go away. As well as the one from Gorman. Butcher gains all 6 of his focus and allocates none. The Manhunter activates and runs to engage Eiryss. The Doomweavers activate and charge. This one charges a Magister, another one charges a Dawnguard Sentinel, and the other ones attempt to charge, but they don't get the charge bonus, but they still can attack this Mage Hunter Assassin. And the Assassin gets a free strike and misses. So a Doomweaver attacks, hits, and kills the Assassin. And he is silenced. The leader is in melee range of the Magister. He hits and kills. He berserks onto a Sentinel. He hits and he kills. He is then silenced. The Grunt right next to him attacks his charge target, but misses. The Widowmakers activate and advance toward a Mage Hunter Assassin. The other one that's alive. And then I realized I made the mistake of moving a Widowmaker within the Doomweaver, but they pass their command check. So this Widowmaker is in the 5-inch range of stealth and misses her. The Capitan, is in the 5-inch range and also misses. Another Widowmaker fires at a Dawnguard Sentinel. However, they're under stealth. The Iron Fang Kovnik activates, advances, and gives Shield March to the Black Dragons. The Gorman activates and throws an Acid Bomb at the Mage Hunter Assassin. And the maximum range that it can deviate is 3.5 inches, as it is half of the distance between the 2 models. Remember, so it's going to 5, 3.5 inches, which is still enough to just deviate away freely and hit nothing. The Widowmaker Marksman activates, advances, and does nothing. Greylord Ternions activate, and are going to place more Blizzard Clouds. One places a cloud on a War Argus, another one places a cloud on a War Argus, and the last one places another cloud onto a random Black Dragon. The Black Dragons activate and go into Shield Wall, moving 8 inches thanks to the Iron Fang Kovnik's Shield March special ability. And then the Black Dragons do Iron Zeal. Butcher's unit activates and simply advances. Then Saxon activates and advances off to a wall. The Ogrun Bokur activates and advances, and the War Dog activates and advances. And then Beast activates and runs for a short distance. Retribution, turn 2. Kaelyssa gets all 7 of her focus and decides to allocate 3 to the Phoenix. Eiryss activates and turns around, nudges around to be able to attack the Manhunter, but still sees some enemy models. She attacks with her saber and misses, then her bayonet and misses. Then the Alchemist activates and does power booster onto the Banshee. The second Alchemist activates, walks through the forest, is able to see the Banshee, the Phoenix, and does concentrated power onto the Phoenix, giving him +2 strength. The Arcantric Force Generator activates, aims, and does rapid fire, getting D3+1 shots and gets only 2. He targets the Greylord Escort and is in range. He hits and does 4 points of damage. He fires again and hits, does automatic point of damage, and the Greylord Escort dies. The Mage Hunter Assassin activates, but misses. The Phoenix activates and charges a Black Dragon. However, there is a free strike involved here. The Black Dragon hits and does 4 points of damage to the force shields. Black die is normally used for allocation. He hits with his fist and does no damage. Then he swings with his sword and misses. Then he buys an attack with his sword. Misses again. Buys another attack. He hits. And finally kills his charge targets from all that. Then the Banshee activates and charges the unit leader. The unit leader model, that is. Then he's using his smaller sword as his charge attack. He hits and kills him. And so there's a field promotion involved. Then he uses his bigger sword, hits, and kills this model. Then the House Shiel Artificer activated and charges. He hits and does no damage. He uses his second attack, hits, and does no damage. The Dawn Guard Sentinels activate and charge. This one just moves, but doesn't get the charge bonus. Then he goes over here. And this one goes here. And then the rest of them proceed moving around. Shuffling around. And then we have an abomination check after all that, and they're A-okay. And he misses his charge attack on the unit leader of the Doom Reavers. This one hits, and this guy just dies. With 4 dice at die -2. This one attacks and misses by 2. Sorry. This one hits and he dies. This one attacks. He hits and he just dies. Die. This attack hits, and this unit leader of the Black Dragons just dies. And there's another field promotion to the model right next to him. This attack hits, and he dies. Lots of people losing their helmets today. Magister activates and just runs. Kaelyssa activates and walks around the Arcanist to be right next to the Magister. Here's what the board looks like at the end of round 2. The armies have finally collided with each other. The Doom Reavers are almost taken out. Black Dragons have taken some casualties. Trees have been replaced. They have grown back. And the Manhunter is engaging Widowmakers. What will happen? And of course, nothing happened with the scenario since no one was base to base to a flag. Khador, turn 3. The clouds from the Greylord Ternion go away. Butcher gets all 6 of his focus and allocates none. The Doom Reavers activate and walk into combat. However, the Grunt is out of formation, so he cannot make his action. So the unit leader attacks. He hits and kills, and then berserks. He hits and kills, and berserks again, hits and kills. The Iron Fang Kovnik activates and walks into combat. And makes an abomination check and passes. He attacks a sentinel. A cocked die. Roll again. It's cocked again, as shown here with these 2 tests. So it is finally re-rolled. And he hits. And kills the sentinel. The Greylord Ternion activate and advance. One of them is a frostbite magic shotgun targeting a sentinel, which catches another sentinel and the Doom Reaver. This attack is on the Doom Reaver, which hits him and kills him. This is on the targeted sentinel. He's hit. And he takes no damage. The second sentinel is hit. And he dies. A second Greylord does an Ice Cage on the Banshee. I made a mistake here. I assumed I was attacking its base defense of 12. He's in combat though. He's 16 plus 4. He should not have this -2 defense here. And the last Greylord Ternion puts a cloud onto Warhorgus. Eiryss activates, advances, and takes a crossbow shot at a sentinel, hits, and does a sniper point, killing him. Then the Widowmakers activate. One of them walks away from the Mage Hunter Assassin, who takes a free strike and misses! The rest of them walk away, some in front of the Sentinels. One of them takes a shot at a Sentinel, is in range, hits him, and does a sniper point, killing him. The second one fires, is in range, hits, and kills him. I forgot about Swift Entry here. It doesn't matter. The Capitan fires at a sentinel in cover, automatically hits, and does a sniper point, and they pass massive casualties. We forgot about that earlier. The Marksman activates, forfeits movement, aims at the Mage Hunter Assassin, and then hits and kills her. Butcher 3 activates and casts Energizer for 3. And then issues your charge order. A War Argus charges Kaelyssa, and a tree randomly disappears. And then Butcher charges the Magister. And we forgot about a free strike here from the Phoenix, as well as here. This is Butcher's attack on the Magister, which hits him, and he is obliterated, rolling dice +3. The War Argus was not supposed to do a combo bite here, but he did. He can't do the combo bite because he's within 5 inches of the Banshee. He misses the attack anyway, so it doesn't change the outcome. So Butcher attacks Kaelyssa, buying an attack. He hit. And does 6 points of damage to Kaelyssa. He buys an attack. And misses. He buys another attack. And hits automatically. And does 13 points of damage to Kaelyssa, killing her. Nothing happened with the scenario, so it's 0-0, and assassination results in the Khador victory. First battle report with Butcher 3. Expect more.
So, that's the first battle report from FrozenKommander with Butcher 3, long promised. You guys finally got it. So what do you think of the game?
It's a good game. It's a good game. I tried to trap Butcher with the Banshee, which actually worked, but unfortunately he was too close to Kaelyssa, and instead of having to pull her in, he just went ahead and beat the crap out of her anyways. Not the best placement for me, but good job by Anthony for taking advantage of that.
Yeah, when I noticed that he was moving Kaelyssa into the spot, I asked him, "Are you sure about that?" And he went ahead with it because sure. I saw the assassination vector like you guys saw with the Energizer in charge on the Magister, which allowed him to get there. If he placed Kaelyssa right behind the Banshee, that would have completely changed what I have done, and I would be forced to allocate resources to kill the Banshee, which I might not have done because I had only half of the unit of the Black Dragons left, and Beast would only have 2 attacks.
Yeah. Like I said, you got you in the trap, just set it up wrong.
So, who was your MVP?
Your dice. Your MVP is my dice.
Yes, missing 3 free strikes with Mage Hunter Assassins, and just missing things completely, especially by 1.
I had no MVP this game. A good portion of my army pretty much failed to do what I asked it to do, but that's how it goes sometimes.
Yeah, that's the nature of dice games for you.
Dice games.
If you don't want to play with dice, play Protector or Khador, because we got things that go around it. And let's see what else is there. Are you excited for Steamroller 2014?
Absolutely. Ready for 2014. Ready for Crucible 3!
Yeah, both of us are going up to Crucible 3. That's a grand tournament in Orlando, Florida. It's actually has a pretty big draw. There's, 30-something players currently signed up for it?
I believe so, yeah.
I'll be going to it with my Khador, with Butcher 3. He's not sure which faction he's going to play. He plays Ret and Crix, so he's still hesitant on it.
I want it to be Ret, but all these test games do not go so well.
Well, you don't have the house card Thane or Assyria yet. We were discussing that before we started up with the game, what those 2 models will do with Ret. So
yep,
it's mainly with this Assyria is the main thing. How the current spoiler, she has Distraction, which is like ridiculous considering how many arc nodes that Ret has, and she may or may not be focus 8 or 7. So it's basically just a wait and see. She comes out in late February, most likely. So it's just a matter of time. It's only a month to wait.
All right. Looking forward to my rematch. Till the next time, people.
Yes. Thanks for watching. This is another FrozenKommander Battle Report. Happy wargaming.